All right. Good morning, everybody. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers, and my passion is helping people on their e-commerce journey, helping them get organized, get focused, get consistent in their business. If that's you, I'm here for you. You can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session, but before we get into that, I want to talk about today's topic. Today's topic is restricted products and brands and how to request approval for Amazon. Now, let me just say this. This process, this information is specific to Amazon. It doesn't apply to the other platforms or any of the other steps that are associated with it. There's a handful of things if you're selling on some of the other platforms that you got to do, but it's nothing like the Amazon process. So we're just going to say that this is isolated and specific to Amazon. So with that, we're going to get into this in just a second. Before we start talking about this topic, the first thing I want to invite you to do is I want to invite you to go download the daily planning checklist. This is the daily ecom planning session. And so you can go into the e-commerce planning Facebook group, e-commerce planning Facebook group, go to the files section, download the daily, weekly, and monthly planning checklist. The checklist items are specific to um, it's not specific to any e-commerce method or any e-commerce platform. They are generic and general enough that it doesn't matter if you're selling on Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Shopify, Walmart, or Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, Poshmark, or if you're doing wholesale, private label, print on demand, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, liquidation, drop shipping. Doesn't matter what your method of e-commerce is. The checklists are designed to help you to be a more productive, more focused, more successful, and consistent seller. So with that, you can go download the checklist over there. In addition to that, again, we're going to talk about a couple of things after we go through today's topic. So I guess let's just get into the topic. So we're talking about requesting approval and what are the steps to get approved on Amazon. If you didn't follow us, you can go back to our prior session where we talked about Amazon categories and brands, and that there are some categories and brands that you are going to have to request approval, or secondary categories, subcategories that you have to request approval to sell those specific products. And when that happens, some people get frustrated. I understand. I get it. I get it. I get it. um you're going to like scan some things and you're going to go what, and if you didn't check out the scanning segments, you can go through and check out the Amazon selling app one session, part one and part two, so we can talk about what it means to scan products on Amazon, so then that way you're all caught up. But in any case, there are certain products and brands that products, brands, categories that you're going to have to request approval on, and that's just the nature of selling on Amazon. um, Not all of the things that are on Amazon are restricted, meaning you are not allowed to sell them unless you get approval. But there's a significant number of them that are, not sorry, that are not. And so, of all the products that are on Amazon, I don't know. I feel like maybe around 5 to 15% of them may be restricted. And those are the well known products, well known brands. So, when I talk about well known, I'm talking about like your Mattel products or your Disney products or your Hamilton Beach. Those are all restricted brands, or they're in restricted secondary categories. And so you're going to have to request approval to be able to sell those products. The process to request approval is not complicated or hard. The first thing I'm going to encourage you to do, again, we're live in the e-commerce planning Facebook group, so you can see all of these screenshots in there if you jump over there right now so you can see all the slides. Number one is to be consistent. When you're going out to do product research, when you're sourcing products, when you list and sell products consistently, so you're sourcing, doing product research for products that customers want, things that are in demand, people are interested in, then you have a higher probability and a better chance of potentially getting sales. And that's what Amazon ultimately wants. Amazon wants you to get sales. They want you to make money. They want you to find products that are not on their platform or that customers are maybe seeking out. And they want to make sure they have an abundance of those products. That's the reason why they encourage reselling on their platform. They don't discourage it, they actually encourage it. If you go to sellonamazon.com, you'll see that they specifically talk about reselling products. So In any case, if you do the research to find out what people are interested in and you list those products and they sell, Amazon is happy about that. Now, as a new seller, you don't have any selling history. So, it's going to take your consistency to get to that place. But what will happen is over 3 months of aggressive consistency, or 6 months, or 9 months, or 12 months, Amazon's going to start auto approving some of your requests on the fly. And that's a wonderful thing because you've established some selling history. They know that you're legit. They know that you're not in here today and gone tomorrow, and that you're a legitimate seller. So they're going to start auto approving you. We love that process. And then a couple of times a year, and they've done this, but they don't announce it, a couple of times a year, they just start auto approving people in a whole bunch of different brands and categories, because it could be brands and categories in which they don't have enough sellers, or they know based on their history, because they got a lot of history on this, guys. They really do. Based on their history, they know that these are the products that are going to be in demand here shortly. So that's the reason why they auto approve people. So one of the best ways to get approved for products or brands is to go through the process of, I don't know what's going on downstairs. Sorry. One of the ways to do that is to go through and be consistent in your business. Be consistent, and you can potentially get auto approved. That's the first thing. The next thing is you can establish a wholesale account with a legitimate wholesaler. If you establish a wholesale account with a legitimate wholesaler, so let's say I want to sell some toys, or I want to sell some beauty products, or I want to sell specific food products. Okay, fine. Find a wholesaler that sells those specific products, or a distributor, legitimate distributor, and establish an account with them. Okay. Once you establish an account with them, then you're going to go through their catalog and find that specific product or that specific brand. Now, here's the deal. If you find the brand, if it is a brand restriction, then find the least expensive of that brand. This is the long game. This is not the short game. If I have to go out and buy 10 or 15 of this specific product just so I can get approved to be able to sell that brand on Amazon, then if it ends up being that I'm not going to make a profit, I'm not going to have a heart attack about that. Okay. Because I'm playing the long game. So I'm going to use Disney as an example. If it's Disney, the brand that is restricted, then your goal, your objective is to get approved from Disney. So go through the wholesale catalog, find the cheapest Disney toy that you can find. Once you find the cheapest Disney toy that you can find, buy that product. Okay. You're like, but I can't make a profit on it. I don't care if you can or cannot make a profit on it. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, we do. But we want to make a profit on the product. But what you're ending up doing is you're going to submit the invoice for that specific brand. And once you do, then once Amazon opens up Disney for you, you can sell all the Disney products you want to. So if I got to spend $100, $500, $1,000, whatever the number ultimately ends up being for you, because I won't know that, if I got to do that to be able to sell 15, 20, 30, $100,000 of that brand later on, I'm good with that. Sell whatever product you got from them, sell that on another platform if you're not going to make a profit on Amazon. Okay? Get your money back another way. Okay? You've always got Mercari and Poshmark, easy platforms to be able to sell products on. So, number two, again, establish a wholesale account with a legitimate wholesaler or distributor. Then go through their catalog, number three, and find the product or the brand that you're working to get approved in. Once you find the product or the brand, then you're going to buy, step four of this process is you're going to buy around 10 to 20 of that specific product. And to simplify things, make sure that when you establish your account with that distributor or wholesaler, that your information is in sync with the information that is on your Amazon seller account. What happens sometimes is, you got different names and people will run different businesses, and that's okay too. But the way to expedite that is to not to have 20,000 questions come back to you from Amazon, or them drag their feet through this process. You got a different address and name on the invoice than you do on your seller account. That's going to slow down the process or either stop it. Okay. They may deny your request. So let's simplify that process. Okay. So make sure that you're operating your business, of course, as a business, and whatever you established on your Amazon seller account, as far as your business address, your business information, your EIN, tax ID, that they are in sync. Okay. Then step 5 of this process is once you have the legitimate invoice from that distributor or wholesaler, then you're going to submit that invoice, include the ASIN for the product that you're working to get approved on, and you're going to wait for Amazon's response. Now, you're going to log into your back office, upload that specific invoice or purchase order to Amazon, and then wait for them to say yay or nay. And that's it. That is the process. It applies to the majority of the products, majority of the categories, majority of the plans. Okay. Majority of the categories, subcategories, brands, all of that. So that's the process. The next thing, I'm going to show you a couple of screenshots of what it looks like when you scan something with the Amazon Seller app and you have to request approval. So in screenshot number 1, if you're using your Amazon Seller app, again, go back and watch those segments at your convenience. Go watch them. And when you scan in a specific product, when you scan that product, it's going to show up that approval is required. And that's going to show up on the very first screen. It'll be a gray box that's right above the product. And you'll see the product that you just scanned. But right above that is going to say requires approval. And then the lower side of that specific product image is going to have a little bitty request with a padlock image. Okay. If you were to click on that product and bring it up anyway, just so you can see what the information is, you'll also see where it says requires approval when you actually click on that product and bring it to your screen inside your Amazon Seller app. So it's clear that you're going to have to get approval on the specific product. What you can do is if you click on that little blue request padlock, then you're going to get to another screen. There's going to be a yellow request approval in the middle of the screen. It's going to say you need approval to sell this product and it must be new. It also says in this particular example that I have on the screen, used or refurbished or collectible condition. Now look, we're not the image that I have is of food. So of course it's not going to be used, refurbished or collectible. Amazon knows once you kind of go through the process that you can only sell food in new condition. And it's also part of the category research that we did before. All food is in new condition. You can't sell refurbished food. So you're going to click on the yellow request approval box. And once you do that, depending on what you've been doing on Amazon, meaning how you've been sourcing products, how you've been listing products, how you've been selling products, they may automatically approve you. And so if you get automatically approved, what you're going to see is the image that's on my screen, which is a blue box will pop up that says your selling application is approved. We love those. We love those. We love those. So if you see your selling application is approved, it says, congratulations, your selling application for this brand has been approved based on your performance history. So they say for this brand, I've been approved. So that means that if this particular product, and it happens to be Suja Juice, if this particular product has multiple like variations, they got a watermelon version and a lemon version and all these other different flavors, I can sell them because I'm approved to be able to sell the brand. So again, based on your seller performance, you can be automatically approved. Now we're going to go and we're going to see what happens when you're not automatically approved. So again, you're scanning a product, you see the product, it comes up, it says requires approval. That little gray box is right above it when you scan it. You see the blue request padlock. When you click into the product, you also see in some cases, and they're fairly, inconsistent. I don't know why that is. Sometimes you get the little padlock when you click into the product as well, and you'll see the request button there. So again, there are times when you're going to see it in both places. So if you see the request button, you can click on the request button at the bottom of the product, and it's going to say to you, you're going to get the yellow request approval. You're going to click on that yellow request approval. And if you get a pop-up box that says you're leaving the Amazon Seller app and it's taking you over to your Amazon back office, your Amazon Seller back office, you know that they want you to upload a invoice or purchase order. Like they want you to upload something. You're not going to get around that. Okay. So that means that you have now requested approval for the specific brand or product, and they want an attachment. That's an easy way to know that you're going to have to get a purchase order, or you're going to have to get an invoice to submit to Amazon to be able to get approved to sell this product. The other thing that could pop up is that once you click on the yellow request approval, then you get a window that pops up. It doesn't go to your, the pop up for the Amazon back office. What it is about to take you to do is to actually upload those documents from your phone. So it says you're requesting approval for, and then this example is, I had marble, but they're asking you to submit documents. And so you can upload, if you have them, from your phone so that you can submit that invoice. And then you would click on the yellow, darker yellow submit button once you've uploaded the images that they're asking for. So if at any time you request approval and you get either one of these two, then you're going to have to submit an invoice, which is what we previously talked about before. You're going to have to submit a purchase order. You're going to have to buy the product, buy either the brand or the product, and you're going to have to submit a purchase order for that product. So I want to encourage you to go through this process so that you can get approval to be able to sell different products. Again, there's a lot of products on Amazon that do not require approval. They're open and you can sell them. A lot of them are generic or no-name brands or not well-named or well-known brands. And so those you're able to sell them, especially as a new seller. But if you're not able to sell them, like let's say you purchase something and you're not able to sell it, you always have these other platforms in which you can sell that specific product. You can go sell it on eBay. You can go sell it on Poshmark, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, maybe Walmart. You can go sell it on other platforms. This is just an Amazon specific thing. And of course, it's no fun. It's not enjoyable. So those are the steps, high level, what you need to do to be able to get approval, to be able to sell those products. And then over time, you'll start to get approved in a whole bunch of different brands and a whole bunch of different categories. And this will be a non-issue. You'll be able to scan and list and scan and list and scan and list. So I hope this is helpful. Go back and watch the other selling Amazon seller app session, Amazon seller product categories section, so that way all of this together will make sense. You'll be able to use this to be able to be a successful seller on Amazon. So with that being said, let's go through the next part of this. So if you're ready to turn up the dial in your business, and we encourage you to do so, and get laser focused, especially as you prepare for 2023, I encourage you to go ahead and grab the My eCom Planner. The 2023 My eCom Planner is available. You can go to myecomplanner.com right now to go grab the 2023 My eCom Planner and use that to be more consistent, more focused in your business. Record those ASINs that you submitted orders for to be able to get approved, to be able to sell. So make sure you do that. One last thing I forgot to mention is that if you submit an order and you don't plan on going through the process to submit an invoice at this time, you just want to continue to be consistent, see if you auto approve later on, make sure that you upload a document that says to remove your request for this particular, to sell this particular product, that it was submitted in mistake. So you're going to upload a PDF that you have drafted, or a Word document you've drafted, to say to remove your request for approval for this product. And then that way you can submit it again later, maybe in another 6 months, maybe in another 3 months, depending on your consistency and your selling history. So very important. If you want to schedule a free coaching session, you go to ecomsellers.com, click on free resources, and schedule a free 20-minute coaching session there by just going to ecomsellers.com. And we invite you to get support on your e-commerce journey. You can join eCom Sellers Academy. It's terribly affordable. It's $17.99 a month. You can go to ecomsellersacademy.com to join. You get a free wholesale supplier list every week. You get a free retail and online arbitrage leads list every single week. And you also get access to live training that we host every week. We have a library of over 200 training videos in your back office. And you also get a live Q&A. So definitely join eCom Sellers Academy to get some support. So now we're ready to review the checklist. If you didn't already do so, I encourage you to go download the checklist in the e-commerce planning Facebook group so you can follow along. If you have a notebook, if you just want to use a notebook instead of using the checklist, that's fine as well. And if you didn't share this out, let somebody else know about the daily ecom planning session so that way maybe they can join and get their train. I call it getting your train back on the tracks. Trust me. Sometimes we all get derailed and we have to get our train back on the tracks. So invite somebody else to join us on this journey as we talk about e-commerce every single day. So after this reviewing of the checklist, we're going to still be live on Clubhouse. If you want to ask a question, if you want an accountability check-in, you want to talk to somebody about your business, what you have planned to get done today. If you want to talk about this specific topic or any other topic, because we talk about all topics here, we're just focused on Amazon in this series. And so we're going to talk about eBay in another series and Walmart and all the other platforms. Then you're welcome to join the conversation right now on Clubhouse. You can go to the eCom Sellers Club and join us in the chat. So go over there now, raise your hand so you can be part of the discussion after we go through the checklist. All right. So as we go through the daily ecom planning checklist, there are 3 things that we encourage you to do. One, there's going to be a requirement from you to invest 15 minutes in your business, 5 to 15 minutes the night before, 5 to 15 minutes this morning, and maybe another couple of minutes after that just to talk about some advanced planning things. The goal, the objective is always to be intentional and to be consistent, because being consistent is what's going to get you where you want to be in your e-commerce business. Chasing the shiny object squirrel every 5 minutes is not going to allow you the opportunity to make the progress that you want to make in your business. So we encourage you and invite you to be consistent in your business. Grabbing the My eCom Planner will help you to do that. So the first thing, 15 minutes before or 15 minutes the night before or 5 minutes. And if you participate in the weekly planning session, which is this Saturday, you'll be able to plan out your entire week. So this only takes you 5 minutes instead of 15 minutes. So it's pretty much your call. Either make a 10 or 30-minute investment in your business for planning purposes every single day. And you're actually going to see that it makes a difference in your business long term. You're going to start making progress. You're going to be like, wow, this really works. Yeah, consistency works. Planning works. So 5 to 15 minutes the night before, we encourage you to go through and assess your day, review your progress. How did you do today? What did you get done? What did you not get done? If you created a checklist, how much did you get done on your checklist? If you actually built a schedule out, what was the progress that you made on the schedule? What did you accomplish? What did you not accomplish? We're going to acknowledge the things we got done. We're going to celebrate the things we did get done. We're going to acknowledge the fact that we didn't get everything on the list done, and that's okay. It's all right. We're not going to beat ourselves up about that. And then we're going to make a note of anything extra that happened in our day that might be helpful to know about in the future. Not talking about those emergencies and surprises. Emergencies. Surprises are really not surprises sometimes, and we'll talk about why that is. So then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to update your daily tracking stats. Spend a little bit of time. How many listings did you create? How many products did you sell? How many how many ads did you create or campaigns did you create today? All of these are in your My eCom Planner. There's a bunch of things that we recommend that you track on a daily basis to really know where you are in your business, because you should always know what your numbers are in your business. You should know what progress you're making in your business. It should be visible and evident to you. Then the next thing is to go through your online calendar. What's on your personal calendar? What's on your business calendar? What's on your job calendar for today? What are the things that's on the agenda that you need to know about or be prepared for so that it's not a surprise to you? So go through your online calendar, see if there's anything that pops out so that you can be prepared to make adjustments in your schedule for today. And then fourth, go ahead and build out your schedule for tomorrow. Now, again, we're doing this the night before, so we're going through the process of building out our schedule for tomorrow. So once we have done all of that, the very next thing that we're going to do is the investment of 5 to 15 minutes this morning. We're going to go through and we're going to review or reassess our schedule from yesterday. Look, God gives us 24 hours in the day. And so we all get the same 24 hours. Oprah gets the same 24 hours that you and I get. It's just a matter of how we use it. And of course, she has more money and more assistance, so she can probably get way more done than we can. But it's still the same 24 hours. So your goal is to be as efficient and focused and consistent as possible. That's ultimately the goal. So you can start making that Oprah money. But what you need to do is you got to get better at building a schedule. Get better at building a Tuesday schedule, a Wednesday schedule, a Monday schedule. You got to get better at it. And the only way you're going to do that is after you go to sleep, wake up, refreshed, and go through and review what you wrote down. Make sure that you didn't miss anything that was maybe important, good to know. Make sure that you feel like you were investing time in those income producing activities that are going to move the needle in your business. Make sure that you include as many things as possible, including things that maybe are personal. Like this morning, I'm going to give you an example. This morning, I have my time set to be able to do the daily ecom planning session, but my son Nicholas, I love him to death. He's autistic. He comes in and I have multiple interruptions. I need to go ahead and deal with those interruptions. So I understand he's an important person and this is a priority. So for me, I'm going to probably have to move these sessions up because every day he seems to want to come in and interrupt me. So this is a lesson learned. I have to make adjustments to my schedule in order to make sure I have fewer interruptions during this process. So that's one of the things. My takeaway. See, we all have takeaways. So make sure that you are making a note of things that you have learned along this journey, because you may need to adjust your schedule so you can build a better schedule that's going to help you to be more successful, more productive in the future. So make adjustments, learn from those things. Step 2 is to review your weekly priorities and your weekly habits. What are those weekly priorities and weekly habits that you noted that needed to get done this week? Today's Thursday, so you only have one more business day to get it done and 2 more days in this week to get it done. So are you going to achieve all your goals for this week? If you're not, you got a lot of stuff to do today, tomorrow, and potentially Saturday. If you are, fantastic, congratulations. Let's go out, do a cheer, break dance, whatever works for you. Also, what are you tracking as far as your habits? What are the habits that you're working to build, and how much progress are you making towards tracking those habits? Have you been consistent this week? If you haven't been, and this is not just habits for your business, this is also habits for your personal life, because in the My eCom Planner, you can track both of them. So again, what are the habits that you're working to track? And then look at your plan or your agenda for the month of October when it comes to the calendar. What were the goals that you established for the month of October? Your income producing goals, your marketing goals, your operations goal, your administrator goals, all of those things. And how much progress are you making towards those things? If you're not making progress towards those things, you only have one more week to get that done. A week and 3 days, or a week and 4 days, because I forgot Halloween is the 31st. So you don't have a lot of time. Next week is the 4th full week of October. And then we're into November. So we're into the 2nd month of 4th quarter at that point. So look at that. And then step 4 is to review your schedule. Based on all of that other stuff, do you need to rewrite today's plan or schedule? Maybe you don't. Maybe you're good. But if you do need to rewrite it, this is an opportunity to stop, rewrite, or make adjustments to the schedule or the agenda for today, so that way you can move into today and make sure you're making some progress, not only on today's plans, but also the objectives for the week and the objectives for the month. Gives you the opportunity to make adjustments. Once you make those adjustments, reread it, speak it out loud, read it out loud to yourself, and let's prepare to step into today's activities, today's actions. Step 5 of this process is to also write out a brief plan for tomorrow, Friday. So you can build a brief draft of what you need to get done Friday, because again, you have the monthly plan and the weekly plan on the brain at this very moment. So this is a great time to stop and go do that. So write out a brief outline of what you want to accomplish tomorrow, whether it is an actual schedule or whether it's just a checklist agenda of things you want to get done in the morning, afternoon, and evening, whatever works for you. And make sure you keep in mind, what is the one thing, if everything goes wrong, that you really need to get done. Okay. And then the last thing is we need to do some advanced planning and preparing for those disruptions, interruptions, things that are going to break up your routine or your consistency in any kind of way. These are things that are sometimes known, or things that we sometimes overlook or forget about because our lives are sometimes busy and hectic. So if you have a doctor's appointment that's coming up, How is that going to impact your daily routine that you're working to establish? Is that going to cause you to have what's referred to as a pattern interrupt, where there's a break in your routine, a break in the pattern that you're working to establish, so that way this becomes an automatic habit and you're able to execute all these things on autopilot? If it is, then you need to make adjustments to your schedule for those days in which you actually have an interruption in the day. I try work really hard to make sure that I don't have doctor's appointments or dentist appointments or any other appointment in the middle of my work time. If there's a dedicated work window for you, then I work to make sure that I schedule everything around that and not in the middle of it. Okay. I don't go put things in the crock pot. I don't start a load of laundry because I work from home. So I'm always at home. I don't I don't schedule doctor's appointments or dentist appointments. I don't go meet with school counselors. I do all of that stuff after my shift is over. So if for you mentally, you got to clock in mentally and clock out in order for you to be able to stay focused in that window, then do that. But look at those things, make sure that you're scheduling things around your work window and or other windows that are dedicated important time to you. Okay, like maybe there's a Bible study window that you have, maybe there's a exercise or work out at the gym window, whatever that happens to be. Don't schedule anything in that window if you can help it. Sometimes you can. The other thing is, what are the bigger things that are coming up, things that are extended days, hours, whatever. So maybe there's an outpatient surgery that's coming up. Maybe you have vacation or a family reunion that's coming up. You've got to travel. What is that going to do to your schedule for that week? What is that going to do to your productivity for that week? What is that going to do to your stats for that week? So if you don't want your stats, your productivity, all of that gravely impacted, because again, you're going to break the routine, you're going to break the habit, then make adjustments to your schedule for that small window of time, that 1 week. So you're going to operate from a completely different schedule on that 1 week so that way you can maintain and sustain momentum in your business. An example might be if you know that you're going to be out for the week and your goal and your objective, the habit that you're working to build, is to create 20 new listings every single day, then of course, for that week, you may not be able to create 20 new listings every single day, but what you can do is the week before and the week after, instead of creating 20 listings every day, maybe you create 22. You create 20 that are going live and 2 that are in draft mode. And you do that for an entire week. You do the same thing the week after, so that way, while you're on, well, the week after, you can just go ahead and create the 22. But the week before, when you're on vacation, every single day that you're on vacation, you can go into your drafts and release 2 new listings every single day while you're on vacation. It takes 30 seconds to do that versus spending whatever amount of time that you have to spend creating a listing from scratch. That way you're still releasing listings onto the platform that you're selling on. The algorithm for that platform enjoys the fact that you're submitting listings every day because that's the habit and the routine that it's used to for you as a seller. So maintain and sustain that momentum in your business. So I hope that information is helpful. I hope you use that to grow your business, to gain some consistency and stability in your business, and to, not run into as many challenges where you stop and start running your business, because there's a lot of that. So with that, my name is Nicole Whitlock, and this has been the Daily Ecom Planning Session. My passion is helping people on their e-commerce journey, helping them to get organized, get focused, get consistent in their business. If that's you, I invite you to come and join us for the ride. You can schedule a free 20-minute coaching session. You can tune into the daily ecom planning sessions. You can join us on Saturday for our live call. You can join eCom Sellers Academy. You can also grab the My eCom Planner or grab the eCom Planner at myecomplanner.com. And with that, I hope that you have an amazingly blessed, highly productive, and highly profitable day. We're going to say goodbye for now. Bye, y'all. And we're on Clubhouse. Don't forget, you can come hang out with us over there.